संदीप, अगर ये ब्रॉडकास्ट कर दिया है तो शुरू करें।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, जी बिल्कुल,
क्योंकि पार्टिसिपेंट आ गए 43।
हाँ जी। आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार, गुड आफ्टरनून टू ऑल। आप सभी का इश्क-दिली स्टडी सर्कल के दूसरे वेबिनार में, जुलाई महीने के दूसरे वेबिनार में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। फ्रेंड्स, कल का जो सेमिनार था आप लोगों ने बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल, मेमोरेबल बनाया। मेमोरेबल सक्सेसफुल बनने की एक वजह थी आपकी पार्टिसिपेंट बहुत अच्छी थी, आपने बहुत ही अच्छे से पार्टिसिपेट किया और साथ ही साथ क्वेरीज भी बहुत अच्छी की आपने। फ्रेंड्स, आज का टॉपिक भी बहुत ही रिलेवेंट है। आज का जो टॉपिक है हमारा ऑफिस मैनेजमेंट टूल्स एंड टेक्निक। जो ये पीरियड जो कोविड वाला चल रहा है, पेंडेमिक जो आ रखी है, मुझे नहीं लगता कि हम इस साल के पहले 2019 में या उसके पहले कभी सोचा होगा कि कभी ऐसा टाइम भी आएगा कि हमारे को वर्किंग में या हमारी लाइफस्टाइल में इतनी चेंजेस आएगी। लेट नाइट सिटिंग ऑफिस में, घंटों बैठे रहना, प्लस ऑफिस जाने आने की टाइमिंग, साथ में इकट्ठे एक साथ बैठ के काम करना। हम कभी ऑनलाइन काम करने के बारे में सोचते भी तो लगता था वो क्या हो गया, ये तो बहुत बड़ा टास्क है ऑनलाइन काम करना, रिकॉर्डिंग करना। बट चीज़ें चेंज हो गई है और ये बहुत अच्छी बात रही कि जो चीज़ें चेंज हुई उसके साथ साथ हम बीइंग अ प्रोफेशनल हमने भी काफ़ी अपने आप को अडॉप्ट किया, हमने भी काफ़ी अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स दिया। मैक्सिमम प्रोफेशनल आज के डेट में वर्क फ्रॉम होम ही कर रहे हैं और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि कहीं ना कहीं बहुत सारे टूल्स एंड टेक्निक का यूज़ भी कर रहे होंगे, चाहे वो ऑडिटिंग से रिलेटेड हो, चाहे अकाउंटिंग से रिलेटेड हो, चाहे टैक्स मैटर से हो, और बहुत ही इनोवेटिव तरीके से अपनी क्लाइंट सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करने की कोशिश कर रहे होंगे। इन्हीं सब के बीच में हमारा एक कदम है, हमारा एक प्रयास है इश्क-दिली स्टडी सर्कल का कि हम आपके बीच एक अच्छे से अच्छा जो करंट में क्या मैनेजमेंट टूल्स हैं या टेक्निक्स हैं या क्या किन चीज़ों का इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए और कैसे इफिशिएंटली करना चाहिए, हमने ये टॉपिक रखा हुआ है। आज हमारे बीच हमारे प्रेजेंट स्पीकर, आज के स्पीकर श्री विनोद कोठारी जी ऑलरेडी आ चुके हैं, उनका स्वागत है विनोद जी। हमारे बीच हमारे फाउंडर कन्वीनर श्री दुर्गादास अग्रवाल जी हैं, सर आपका भी स्वागत है। डिप्टी कन्वीनर श्री मेहराज हसन भी आए हुए हैं, उनका भी स्वागत है। थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन में विनोद कोठारी जी का देता हूँ। विनोद कोठारी जी बीकॉम भी हैं, एफसीए भी है, 10 साल से ज़्यादा का एक्सपीरियंस है विनोद कोठारी जी को। रेगुलर स्पीकर है नॉट ओनली SIRC में, सदर्न रीजन में, इनका ये चेन्नई से हैं। इसके अलावा गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स में भी, बैरिकोटिक्स में, एक्साइज डिपार्टमेंट वगैरह में भी रेगुलर स्पीकर है। अब तक इन्होंने 15,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों को ट्रेंड किया है, चाहे वो टैली में हो, चाहे एक्सेल शीट में हो, चाहे अदर सॉफ्टवेयर में हो, ऑफिस मैनेजमेंट टूल्स में हो, और काफ़ी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है इनका। ही इज एन एक्सपर्ट इन इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन और हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आज हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इनका बेनिफिट लें। और मेरी आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट होगी कि प्लीज़ पार्टिसिपेट करें और जितना पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे उतना ही आपको भी अच्छा लगेगा। बट बिफोर मूविंग फर्दर, मैं अपने फाउंडर कन्वीनर श्री दुर्गादास अग्रवाल जी से रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा, सर आप आए प्लीज़ और प्रोग्राम का विधिवत शुरुआत करें। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Sandeep ji, the convener of our study circle, and our deputy convener, Sri Mehraj Hassan ji. The second day of this July, the second seminar, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत। कल हमारा टॉपिक था स्मॉल मीडियम एंड माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस के बारे में। काफी अच्छी बातें हमको सुनने को मिली और उसी दशा में ये आज का एक आप कह सकते हैं कि कंटिन्यूइंग एक SMEs के लिए एक ये बहुत ही अच्छा हो सकता है अगर हम कोशिश करें, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हमारा टारगेट फोकस है कि हम कैसे घर में बैठकर अपना एक टेबल पर और एक लैपटॉप लेके हम कैसे अपने ऑफिशियल असाइनमेंट्स को, अपनी जिम्मेदारियों को एज चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट पूरी कर सकते हैं। वेदर इट इज अकाउंटिंग, फाइनलाइजेशन, ऑडिट, कोई रिपोर्टिंग, कोई MIS, वो सारे हम कर सकते हैं। और इसके लिए हमारे बीच में CA विनोद कोठारी जी जो कि चेन्नई से हैं। ये पेंडेमिक में हमें ये और फायदा मिल रहा है, हम ग्लोबली ढूंढ के अच्छे लोग आपके पास ला रहे हैं दोस्तों, तो इसका भरपूर फायदा उठाइएगा। ये विनोद कोठारी साहब, ये देखिए हैं तो मैं समझता हूँ बेसिकली तो नॉर्थ से होंगे, राजस्थान से कोठारी हैं तो शायद मारवाड़ी ही होंगे मैं समझता हूँ। तो आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत। इसलिए आप हिंदी भी अच्छी समझ लेंगे और हिंदी में हमको समझा भी देंगे। हाउएवर हमने अंग्रेजी पढ़ी है लेकिन हमारी जो बोलचाल की भाषा हिंदी ज्यादा है। तो बहुत बहुत स्वागत कोठारी साहब आपका, और महराज हसन जी आपका, और पार्टिसिपेंट्स में देखता हूँ करीब 60 हो चुके हैं, तो आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत पार्टिसिपेंट्स लोग। तो आप बेहिचक होके जो भी आपके कोई भी डाउट्स हैं, इनको खुशी होगी विनोद कोठारी साहब को, और हम सबको खुशी होगी कि हम उसका भरपूर दे सकें आज 2 घंटे के सेमिनार का। मैं स्टार्ट करने से पहले महराज को बोलना चाहूंगा, कल एब्सेंट थे, आज थोड़ा सा अपने दो शब्द अपने भी बोले। महराज हसन जी। यस, वेलकम महराज।
एक्चुअली मैं बाहर था इसलिए कल का सेमिनार अटेंड नहीं कर पाया, और होपफुली मैं उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग ऑनलाइन जरूर देखूंगा। अभी भी मैं फरीदाबाद में था, थॉट मैं यहाँ से ज्वाइन कर सकता हूँ, तो आई विल, इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे ज्वाइन कर पाया। एंड थैंक यू सो मच सर। ओवर टू विनोद कोठारी सर।
थैंक यू सर, सबको मेरा नमस्ते।
कोठारी साहब, तो मैं समझता हूँ कोठारी साहब आप अपना डेलिब्रेशन चालू करें, और बस ये ध्यान रख लें कि जैसे हमने कल सुन रहे थे कि मोर देन 90% क्या करीब 95% एमएसएमई में फॉल करते हैं, चाहे वो बहुत ही माइक्रो हमारी फर्म है, स्मॉल है, मीडियम है, या कोई भी है, तो 95% हम इसी में फॉल करते हैं। तो हम कैसे अपने ऑफिस को एक मोबाइल ऑफिस बना सकते हैं, और कैसे हम बेटर व्हाट टेक्निक्स और टूल्स जो हमें यूजफुल हो सकती हैं, आप प्रकाश डालेंगे। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत कोठारी साहब। थैंक यू। प्लीज।
सबको मेरा नमस्ते। फर्स्ट ईस्ट दिल्ली स्टडी सर्कल को मेरा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सीए दुर्गादास जी अग्रवाल पास्ट कन्वेनर, सीए संदीप जी शर्मा कन्वेनर, और सीए मेघराज जी हसन मेरे को ये अपॉर्चुनिटी देने के लिए। मोस्टली अभी तक जो भी सेमिनार लिया हूँ मैं या तो हिंदी इंग्लिश में लिया हूँ या तमिल में लिया हूँ। हिंदी में पहली बार लूंगा, तो हिंदी में मैं वीक भी हूँ, क्या मारवाड़ी हूँ तो घर पे मारवाड़ी बात करता हूँ, तो बीच बीच में हिंदी तो कोशिश करूंगा कि लेने के लिए, कहीं चरण वगैरह थोड़ा हो तो माफ कर दीजिए। ओके, सो फर्स्टली टुडे टेक्नोलॉजी has taken over a lot of things, and even is this meeting is also a proof that sitting anywhere in the world you can do anything. तो बोलते हैं ना, कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में। ये एक लैपटॉप से पूरी दुनिया मुट्ठी में कर सकते हैं, ये कोविड में पता चला है, क्योंकि तभी पता चलता है कि हमारे पास दूसरे ऑप्शंस क्या है। रेगुलर रूटीन में हम ये चीज फॉलो नहीं करते हैं, कारण तो एक तो क्या, वी आर कंफर्टेबल, कोई भी चीज चेंज नहीं करना यार, जो चल रहा है चलने दे, दिक्कत नहीं है, नया करूंगा तो दिक्कत नहीं होगा। लेकिन कोविड आने के बाद पता चला कि टेक्नोलॉजी जो है एक बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट है, जिसकी वजह से अपन अपना प्रैक्टिस आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं। सो बट वन प्रॉब्लम विद द टेक्नोलॉजी इज द चेंज द टेक्नोलॉजी हैपेंस, दैट इज at very fast. It is more faster than GST notification. What is there today, it is not available tomorrow. And what is going to work today, it will not going to available tomorrow. So this is what you need to understand. So today our topic is office management tool. I feel I'm comfortable in English, so don't mind, in between I'll try to talk Hindi somewhere. If someone is having
no problem sir, हमने इतनी इंग्लिश पढ़ी है, आप इंग्लिश में बोल सकते हैं।
समझ में आ रहा है सर, क्या है तो क्या फ्लो नहीं आ रहा हिंदी में, और कुछ नहीं है।
ऐसा नहीं है, आप इंग्लिश में बोल सकते हैं।
ठीक है,
नो प्रॉब्लम,
ठीक है, इतनी इंग्लिश से बोल।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू। तो so this technology, we are seeing that even the meetings can be done online, and online meetings are more effective. Even today I am following this online meeting. Someone client is telling me that I have to come and meet you. I tell no, we will make a Zoom meeting. I open the Tally, share the screen, give my deliberations, and then we complete whatever discussions we are going on. So today's topic is on office management tool. And in this office management tool, it is mostly for the purpose of the small and medium size enterprise, like Durgadas ji said, whatever tools I am recommending. It is recommendation in the sense it is from out of some past experience. I have seen that these tools have been very helpful. Firstly, I would like to give a disclaimer that none of the software companies I am owning, nor I am related to anyone, nor I am marketing agent for anyone. It is only that these softwares are good, I am recommending. So first deliberation is that, so that you don't think that I am a seller or any of the software. So today we are going to see what are the tools for the purpose of office management which we can use to ensure that working from home becomes more easier for you and your staff. So I'll just share the PPT. So first, what is the current setup of our CA office? Any typical CA office you go, the normal setup will be there will be few systems, then there will be a LAN and Wi-Fi connection. We have some printer and scanner, and most famous software which we use is Word and Excel, and some tax saving software, tax softwares which we use for filing the return. And another big problem which we are facing is the storage of the files. So at present, most of the CA office are having the physical storage of the file. Because of this, work from home becomes even more difficult unless and until your documents are not in the online. Because of the current structure, what is the difficulties which are faced by the CA office? That is what we are going to see. First thing is that पहले तो data online offline होता है. So in a CA office, as on date, if you want to access the data, most of your data is offline. That means what? You may have a server in the office, you may have the system in the office, but the server is an offline server. It is not an online server. So unless and until the office is on or the system is on, you cannot connect to your system or you cannot connect to your data. Second big problem which we CA face is the tracking of various tasks allotted to staff. So today, if you see, we do lot of activities, lot of job, lot of work in a CA office. We do audits, we do certification, we prepare statements, we prepare CMA data, we give project report, we give management consultancy. So there are so many staff working, and another big challenge which we face is allotting the work to each and every staff. We allot the work, but after allotting the work, what is the challenge is whether they have completed or not, whether they are reporting it correctly or not. Sometimes some work is also forgotten, and we also sometimes forgot to bill the client. So these kind of tracking problems are there, which is faced by the current situation. Then the technology updates and software updates. Today, what are the updates that are available? What are the softwares that are available? We are not updated on that, or we are not taking interest. I have seen here, particularly in Chennai, I don't know about Delhi, that many CA office don't want to change. They want to live in the present system. They are happy with the Word. They are happy with the Excel. If we tell to change to this system, no, sir, I am comfortable with this. Even though it takes a larger time, I am okay about it. So it is very important that for a chartered accountant today, after the COVID situation, we found that the method we are working, we have to change. If we don't change, then things will be difficult and we may not be able to grow further and provide good service to our clients and other related persons. Next is how to change to switch to work from home. In the present offline system, we cannot go to work from home. Maybe you might be using Google Drive, or maybe email you might be using and doing all the system work. But end of the day, since the data is offline, your access to the data is restricted, things become little difficult. And next big problem is communication with the staff. We do scattered communication. Sometimes we send message by WhatsApp. Sometimes we send message by SMS. Sometimes we send a message by email. And sometimes we forgot from what message we have sent, and keeping track of the staff communication is another big difficulty which we face in the current scenario. And then again, restricted client meeting. Today now, by using the technology, maybe Zoom or any other application, we can meet with the client online, we can discuss, we can show the data, share the files, all these advantages there when you use the online system. The biggest challenge what we are facing today is, how should I change? When you talk to so many people, every people, they try to give lot of different advice which goes on top of the head, but no one is showing practically what should you do, what will be good for you, what is the process. And next challenge is the file management, document management issue. that we are maintaining. Even in my office, there are some 2,000, 3,000 files, which is storing, taking a lot of space, some 100, 200 square feet of space in my office. And then apart from that, the RAT issue, then the updation of the file, filing of the documents. Sometimes the documents are filed wrongly. So all these are the present challenges which are faced by a CA firm. So how can we use the technology and then adopt it and change our techniques to manage our office better? That is what we are going to see. First thing to start is that you have to have a proper mindset. Until and unless you don't have a proper mindset, you cannot proceed it. If you go half-heartedly, I'll tell you, if I want to change with the technology, I have to invest some time. I have to do some learning. Until and unless I don't, now we are small and medium firm, either proprietary firm or partnership firm. Some 2 or 3 partners will be there, or 4 partners will be there. Where proprietor is there, proprietor is always busy with his work. So unless and until we are not having the proper mindset that yes, you have to change, then you cannot change with the technology. First thing, you have to have the proper mindset. Now we have decided that yes, I am going to change with the technology. I am going to change my office to the new structure which you want to adopt. See, everything decision is based on you. We can guide you, we can tell you, but end of the day, what is your requirement? You can only, you are the best person to make the judgment. So once you make a mindset that, okay, technology, these are the changes I am adopting. Next important thing is that for changing the technology, what is the education you require? That is what is the required skill set. Now skill set, not only for you, even for your partners or for your staff. There should be at least one person who is taking care of the technology in the office. If you don't take care of the technology, then certain times it gives lot of trouble. So technology is nothing like a plug and play कि आप आकर सिर्फ कंप्यूटर के साथ प्रिंटर अटैच कर दिए और प्रिंटिंग ऑटोमेटिक चालू हो जाएगा. ये टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज ऐसे नहीं होता है. We have to give some time. We have to adopt the skills. थोड़ा बहुत उसको फॉलो करना पड़ता है, थोड़ा टाइम देना पड़ता है, तभी आप टेक्नोलॉजी को चेंज कर सकते हैं. That is initial setup, not always. If you are successful in the initial, then it is only step by step. Sometimes you need to have the track. And the next important thing is the tool set. Tool set means what? What are the required hardware changes? What are the required software changes? What are the required changes in the office I need to do? So these are the certain things which you need to keep in mind to change to the new technology. Sir, why should I change? मैं क्यों change करना चाहता हूँ? मैं change नहीं करूँगा, मेरा काम हो रहा है, अभी भी हो रहा है, जैसे तैसे हो रहा है, मैं खुश हूँ. जब तक change नहीं करेंगे, दुनिया आपसे आगे चली जाएगी. आज टेक्नोलॉजी जो यूज कर रहे हैं वो ज़्यादा फास्ट काम कर रहे हैं. अगर हम टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट नहीं करेंगे तो हम स्लो हो जाएंगे और हमारे पास क्या होगा, फिर टाइम ही नहीं रहेगा. टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करने के बाद अपना काम फास्ट हो सकता है. थोड़ा सैंपल्स मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा ये 2 घंटे में, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि आप कितना टाइम सेव कर सकते हैं अगर टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट करते हैं. फर्स्ट इज इंक्रीज्ड आउटपुट, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आउटपुट आपका इंक्रीज होगा. नेक्स्ट, आप थोड़े बहुत सॉफ्टवेयर है जो अगर आप यूज करने से आपका यू कैन कीप ट्रैक ऑफ द टास्क एंड द शेड्यूलिंग ऑफ द सॉफ्ट. वन थिंग आई वांट टू टेल यू, देयर आर नो फ्री लंचेस इन दिस वर्ल्ड. टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करना है, थोड़ा बहुत खर्चा तो होगा ही. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि पूरा लाखों या करोड़ों में खर्चा होगा. और जो भी मैं सिस्टम बताने वाला हूँ, प्रोसीजर बताने वाला हूँ, ज्यादा कॉस्टली सिस्टम नहीं है. इट इज अप टू यू. इफ यू वांट एडवांस, you can take advanced system. Then major important thing is structured data maintenance. Today the data is power, data is money. अपना data जो है, अपना client का data जो है, वो access अगर easy हो जाता है तो आप कहीं से भी काम कर सकते हैं. You can work easily, sharing becomes easy, access becomes easy, communication becomes easy, your backup becomes easy, security becomes easy. I have seen in many offices that even today people don't have a centralized data center. That is, अगर एक ऑफिस में 10 सिस्टम है तो डेटा जो है 10 सिस्टम में शेयर करते हैं, एक जगह पे सेव नहीं करते हैं. तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट, फर्स्ट चेंज, योर डेटा शुड बी centralized and structured. मतलब there should be one folder to access. Under that all your data should be there. So what is the advantage? Access becomes easy and backup becomes easy and security also is there. And again, increase market value, improve time management, and most important advantage is the remote working. So remote working is possible only when you adopt the technology. If you use the current method of what you are working, then you cannot work from home. Even in my office, after changing to the online server mode, I have decided that even after the COVID situation, 50% of the staff, I will make them work from home because I find it more easy and more controllable when they work from home. Why? For a CA office, if you see, we are providing service. What is the work they come? They do almost 50% of the staff does data entry work or data related work which they work from home. So this is going to help you in the technological change. Now, what are the essential tools which are required for changing the technology or improved office management system? First thing is computer system structure. Now, at present, there are two types of method people are following. They will have a LAN, they will have a server. Using the server, they are connected to the LAN. Or there will be some high-speed system that they will use it as a server and connect to the system, and then they are working. And work from home are doing by either any desk they are working, or by TeamViewer or remote desktop. This is what they are doing. So first thing is that what are the changes you have to make in the computer system structure. Then next thing what we are going to see is what are the document management tools which are available, what are all the communication tools which are available in the market which you can use it effectively for making these changes and managing your office day-to-day activities better. Then the office management tools, certain production tools, productivity tools we are going to see, and also certain remote working tools and work specific software. So these are certain 7 essential tools which we are going to see, which will help us to manage our office more better, maybe making it online and managing it more better. So first thing is that computer system structure. Now, at present, your computer system structure does not allow you to go to online. Then what is the option available? You can buy a server online. So at present, your server, your system is in your office, you cannot access the data. Then what to do is, first to change, what you need to do is, don't change the system structure, only one change you have to make. You buy a server in the online computing, that is called as cloud computing. So the cloud computing kya hai, sir? Now, cloud computing is, say for example, I am a company, I want to buy a bus for my staff. There are 2 options available. One, I own the bus, I manage the bus, I maintain the bus. Second option is, I tie up with the travel agent, tell him that this is the specification of the bus, I want this bus at this time, and you have to again come at this time, so many people, so many months, we make a contract. So buying the bus, what is happening? We invest in the capital expenditure and the maintenance, both are very costly. Same way, giving a contract to a travel agent, what is the advantage? We don't need to maintain the bus. We only need to ensure that whether it's coming on time, our staff are going on the time, and they are reaching it correctly. So what do we pay? We pay them monthly hire charges. Same way is online computing. Now, first thing what you need to change is that now go from offline computing to online computing by renting a cloud server. Now, if you buy a server in your office, few months back, one of my friends sent me a quote of around 2.5 lakhs for buying a server, that too offline server. Now, if you buy a good speed of server for connecting to 20 to 15 to 20 people, you need to invest on the server first 2 lakh rupees. Then for the original Windows Server software, that additional 150,000 rupees. Then you need to invest on antivirus package. Then you need to invest on firewall. So all these costs, if you see, if you want to install a full-fledged server for your office and then connecting to the net and then using it online, the cost will be around 3 to 4 lakhs, for which you are going to incur immediately. And what is the problem with the offline computing? Again, there are chances that your system may be hacked. You get a static IP, that is, which is available in the cloud. Static IP anyone can access, provided you should have a firewall. Now, last month, one of a CA in Hyderabad, who is friend of my another CA, this office had a server, IP address, even the firewall, even the antivirus software. In spite of that, hackers attacked the system, and that was a ransomware attack, and they were asking 10 lakh rupees for decoding the data. So this is the problem faced. Earlier, our system used to only be hacked, and again we restart the system or we reinstall the Windows, our system will work. But today's problem is your data, what is done is they do a ransomware attack and then they ask you money. Again, in spite of this, you make a payment of money, say they are asking 10 lakh rupees, you pay 1 lakh rupees, they will give you 10% of data and then again ask further amount. So this is a big problem which we are facing because of the online server connected, our offline server connected online. So now what we are going to do, we are going to the online computing. So what is the advantage? One, your server is online and you can access anywhere. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? Already I have explained few of this, that one, cost involved is capital cost, and in the online server, it is only a monthly minimum lease which you are going to pay. And then in the offline server, you are going to spend on system, server, networking, UPS, licensing, which is high cost. And then in the online, it is easy, it is only less cost as per your usage. That is, आप कितने घंटे यूज करते हैं उतने hours के लिए खाली पेमेंट कीजिए. So if I use for 10 hours, I am going to pay for 10 hours. If I am going to use for 12 hours, I am going to pay for only 12 hours. Security in your present system, the security is very low or medium, but in the online system, security high because their server is already secure. And if you want your data to be secured more, you can buy 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, 4 level of security. Even banks are having their server online. Next is, in the offline system, it is less flexible to work. In the online system, it is more flexible to work anywhere. Backup and recovery we have to take in the offline system. And in the online system, you pay some extra amount. Automatically, they will take a mirror backup and you don't need to worry about the backup. Again, software updation, we have to do it manually. In the online service provider, they do it automatically. So how to shift to the online system? What are the methods available? What are the different online cloud computing which is available? So if you see, there are many cloud service providers in the world where they provide you online server. The top one is Amazon Web Service, and then the Microsoft Azure, and then the Google Cloud Platform, and there are many cloud platforms which are available. Now, I am going to show you within 15 minutes how can you install an online server. Even you can try it. If you feel that I don't know how online server is going to be, I don't know how to use it, I may face a trouble or not. For 12 months, there is a free trial version which is available. I'm going to show you live that within 15 minutes how you can install an online server free of cost in the online. So if you see at present, Amazon Web Server is #1 in the web service provider. Many banks, even like your Flipkart, your Amazon Prime, your the Netflix, all their data is stored in the server. But one thing what you have to be careful when you buy any online server or cloud server is that you should have the data storage in India. Now, how this online server works? Now, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they have a physical storage system all over the world. There will be an office where they have the physical storage system. From that, they give you the access where you hire the server system. So you have to be careful that whenever you are buying these service providers, your location should be India. Why I am telling your location of the server should be India is, we are using most of the chartered accountant use Tally software. Tally software will, Indian version of Tally software will work only if it is Indian IP address. If it is an international IP address, say for example, you are selecting US server and then you are trying to install Tally, at that time it will tell that you have to purchase an international version of Tally, which is more costlier than what is the Indian version. So one thing is very important, that to whomever service providers you are going, ensure that your server location is India. And one trouble which we have faced in the Google Cloud platform is automatically it changes the server from India to US without our intimation. So Google Cloud Platform is giving certain troubles. So if you avoid this, that will be better. So that otherwise you will be facing trouble in using the Tally software. So okay, sir, I am trying to change. What will be the cost? इसका कितना खर्चा लगेगा? Now, if you invest in a system, server offline system, the cost will be around 3 to 4 lakh rupees if it's a full-fledged server system. But in a cloud computing, it is based on the usage, per hour usage. अगर सुबह मैं 10 बजे चालू करता हूँ और रात को 8 बजे सिस्टम ऑन करता हूँ तो सिर्फ 10 घंटे का मेरे को बिलिंग देना पड़ेगा. Now the billing happens based on the speed, based on the GB, based on the size which you purchase online. So normally if you are a 10 to 15 user, the cost of buying an online server will be 6,000 to 8,000 per month. I will tell you, even the 6,000 to 8,000 to some people it may look like a big amount, but I am quite sure that once you install it and use it, you will find that you don't require a big office space. Office space will be required only for meeting purpose. Why? Because once you work online, you go to client place, your data is available, accessibility is easy, you save on other cost. Your maintenance cost of the server will be around 3 to 5,000 rupees. And here you are buying an online server with full maintenance from 6 to 8,000 rupees. And then how many users? 15 users, some 7 to 16 GB RAM. If you take, then 15 users, you can use it. But if you are using high-end software, then you need to increase the size. So, kitna time lagega? How much time it will happen? For the purpose of installation, 1 hour. You give an order, within 15 minutes, I will show you how to install a server. So for the service guide, anyway, if you are installing a cloud server for your office, you go with a technology person who is providing this service so that he will make all the settings correctly. If you do it by yourself, chances are that you may make a mistake. So installation maximum 1 hour and implementation and training 3 to 5 days. So if you are planning to move from the offline mode to online mode, try to start your work from Friday. Then only from Monday, your work will be online. The most important part here is the transfer of data from offline mode to online mode, which takes a lot of time. Otherwise, 3 to 5 days is more than enough from changing from offline mode to online mode. And the payment is again pay per usage basis. How many hours you use, so many hours you pay. And then 12 months trial version is also available. If you want, you can try the trial version and see, and you can work at present also and see whether it's comfortable for you or not. So now I am going to show you how to create an online server. It will take hardly 10 to 15 minutes for you. Now so for that I'll just change my screen to the Google. So we'll go to one more thing. When you are using the online server, Google Chrome is creating some problem which I have faced. So I have moved from Google Chrome to Microsoft Edge. So choice is yours. If you are comfortable with the Google Chrome, you can take, because a lot of background apps are creating a problem. I have changed from Microsoft Google Chrome to Microsoft Edge. So how to install an online server? So I'm going to show you a demo of how to install an online server from Microsoft Azure. And I'm also having Microsoft Azure because I find Microsoft Azure more comfortable than the Amazon. Even in Amazon, you have a 12 months trial offer. You can try anywhere, choice is yours. So in the Google, just type Microsoft Azure. You will get the Microsoft Azure portal. Just click on the Microsoft Azure and create an account. Now, one thing here, when you create a online Microsoft Azure account, you have to select on the start free and then provide your details, your email address, your address, name, company details, and it will ask you for credit card details. Only 2 rupees will be charged, which will also be returned. Why this credit card details they are asking is because they want to ensure that not everyone should access this. Those who are serious can only access the Microsoft Azure, and no other charges will be deducted from your credit card until and unless you save. So once you create an account, now I'm not going to show you how to create it, a simple procedure. Only thing is credit card you need to provide. Then you need to go to again Azure, Microsoft Azure portal. So once you create your accounts, select Microsoft Azure portal. I've already created an account, so from that I am showing it. Can you see this? This is Microsoft Azure portal. Just click on this, Microsoft Azure portal. And then you will find portal here. Already you have a user ID and password. Click on the portal and give your user ID and password which you have created. So hardly 5 minutes for creating the user ID and password. So now this is your login portal. Here we are going to create a virtual machine. That is what an online server. There are various other services. You don't need to worry about that. Just click on the virtual machine. You will find a credit of 13,300, which the Microsoft Azure gives you free for the trial version. So this is not debited to your credit card. It is free, which is given by the Microsoft Azure. And only if you upgrade, then only they will charge your credit card. So here I am going to go on a virtual machine, and then we are going to create a virtual machine. Just 2 steps and server will be created. You don't need any technical knowledge. Only create and then log in, select virtual machine, and then 2 things you need to check. One, you need to give a group name. So already I have some group names, so I am selecting the 3K demo, and then you can give a any name for the server. Then this is what the region. Now already I said that you have to select the Indian region if you are using Tally. If you want to use Tally, if you are not using Tally, then you can select any region. One more thing here I want to tell that if you are a single user Tally, then you can open only one Tally window. This is the restriction in the virtual server. You cannot open multiple Tally window, but multiple users can access to the online server, and one person at a time can access the Tally. I'm just selecting the US now for faster work. You can also select India. So first is name and then the region. Second is what is the Windows software which you want to provide. Now, when you go to an online server, they provide you Windows Server software free of cost. When you buy, they charge some marginal amount to your account. So here I'm going to install the Windows Server 12 data center, which is the original Windows Server software. If you are buying a new software, it will cost you around 50,000 rupees. Then next is the size. Now what is this size? I said that based on your requirement, you have to select the size of the server. Like when you go to buy a computer system, you say how many MB RAM, how many GB RAM you want, what is the hard disk size. So based on that, you can select. So here I am selecting B1 MS. You can also select the same. For the trial version, this is more than enough. It is having 2 GB details. And then the username, like when you log into Windows, you have to provide a username. You provide a username and then the password. Just next, create. That's it. बस आपको इतना ही करना है, नाम डालना है, कौन सा रीजन है वो सेलेक्ट करना है, and the server size, and then next create. Your server is going to be created in next 5-10 minutes. So in this you are going to get some 30 to 60 GB of space which they are providing free, which is more than enough for a small or medium sized firm to work for 1 or 2 months and again take a trial. This works based on the remote desktop, which I'm going to show you later, and then create. That's it. So now our server is being created. It will take some 5 or 10 minutes time. So till that time, I don't want to waste my time. So I'll go further to our PPT and then join back with the server creation. So server creation is very easy. We have created the server, it is getting processed. It will take some time and then we will. Now next thing which is very important is, which most of you are using it, but there are many other softwares which are available in the market, is the productivity tools. Most of you are aware we are using the Excel and the Word, which is for the so many years we have been using. And now Office 365 we had, which is changed to Microsoft 365. Now what do you have in Microsoft 365? There are many inbuilt software available based on the different plan. Majority is the Excel and the Word. And Outlook, which most of us are using, and sorry, PowerPoint. These are the 4 software which most of us are using. And apart from this, similar type of software are available, that is G Suite. According to your convenience, you can use the software, whether you are comfortable with G Suite or whether you are comfortable with Microsoft 365, choice is yours. And newly one software which has been developing from last 4-5 years is Zoho Remotely, which is also similar kind of software, which has a software like a spreadsheet and document, because sometimes some people find Microsoft issue because of the licensing problems and all. So you have 3 options of productivity tools which you can use. Every software has its own advantage and some better advantage. Like say for example, Microsoft 365. If you are not shifted to Microsoft 365, you can use Word and Excel only in the system. There is no online version available. That means logging to online you cannot use. But in the G Suite, what is the advantage? You can use the Google Sheet and the Google Documents online. You don't need to install any software in your system. Just click to your Google Gmail account, then select the Google Drive, and then automatically your data, you can open the Google Sheet and those things are there. Same option is available in Zoho Remotely. But now of late in the Microsoft 365 also, they have given this provision. If you are a basic user, that is the, I'll show you the rates. If you are a basic user, you don't need to install Word, Excel and PPT in your system. You can even use the Word and Excel online, that is also available in the Microsoft 365 using OneDrive, where we are using in the Google Sheet, the Google Drive. One advantage which I faced better in the Google Suite was the Google Form. Now Google Form is a very excellent tool, which I see that many of the chartered accountants, we are not using it to the maximum potential. I am using it very much and I'm finding it very easy for the purpose of data collection. Now what we do with our clients, we ask data. Say they say, sir, I want to file my return. What are the details required? What you do? You send an email, then the email is being received and then he sends some data. So again, the email is scattered. We don't have a proper structure of email, and if you want to search the email, it is creating a trouble. So instead of getting the data in the email, you can use Google Form. I'm going to show some sample of how I use the Google Form so that you can also try those things and make your work easier, and even your client will find it more helpful. My clients are telling that, sir, this is very good, sir. It is more better than using a computer system. By mobile system, they are going to give the answer, and most of you might have used the Google Form. But advantage is, it is that the data center, the control is there with us. Now, similar Google Form type is available even in Microsoft 365. Choice is yours. If you want, you can use that also. And then Zoho Remotely also has similar kind of data. I'm going to show you the demo of Zoho Remotely separately. So what is the price involved? Now, if you see whether you go for Microsoft 365 or the Google Suite or the Zoho Remotely, almost the pricing is same. If the basic version is 125 rupees per month per user, that means per user basis the charge is made, and in this you cannot download the Excel and the Word software version. Download is not there, only the online version is available. If you are having huge data analyticals to be done, then only Excel is required. Otherwise, similar kind of things can be done even in Google Suite or Zoho Sheet also. And normal, if you are planning to go for Microsoft 365, and if you are planning to go to an online server, I would suggest that you can buy this Microsoft 365 Business Standard version. one user license is enough, because we are going to install it in server, and those who are accessing the server, everyone can access the original Microsoft 365. And there are many softwares along with this which you get, like the Microsoft Team, which is a team management software which helps you in team communication. And same way SharePoint is the sharing of the files. OneDrive again is the like your Google Drive. And again OneDrive, I will tell you, those who want to take more interest and want to go to the next level in the technology, and what you want to learn, you are good with Excel, you are good with Power Query. Next is that is the Power Automate. Power Automate is the part of Google Microsoft 365, which is also very good. Then there's a business plan, different business plans are available. Similar kind of plans are available in the G Suite also. And you will see that even the similar plans of 333, 500, 800 rupees plan are available in Zoho remotely. Now, those who want to use Zoho remotely and take a trial till 1st September, it is free. For you can use all the software in Zoho remotely and make a trial. If you feel that certain things is comfortable for you, you can just use it and make a trial. So now we will go for our Google server, and then go for the demo of the Zoho remotely and the Google form. So now our server is completed. That means what? Our server, online server is created. How much time it took? Hardly 15 minutes. Then how to start? Just go to home and then select the virtual machine, your virtual machine which is created, it will be displayed. And then the VK demo server. This is a server which we have created. Now, how to access your server? Now, to access this online server, you need to open the remote desktop software which is available already in Windows. Now, here if you see, you can see that this is the IP address which we are going to use for the purpose of accessing my Windows server online. And the size is 1C, this is the size of 1 core, 2 core is the size of the server, and with 2 GB memory which we can use. So how to access my Windows in the online server? It is very simple. Go to search. Search and then type remote desktop. One more thing what you can do is just right click on this, and then you can select, since I've already pinned to taskbar, you can select pin to taskbar so that it comes on the front of your screen, and click on this. Now once you click on this, this is the IP address which we are going to copy, and I'm going to remote desktop and going to paste here and then connect. Now while creating a Windows, I have given a user ID and password. That user ID and password I am going to provide. So the screen will come, just you select don't ask me again and then yes. बस आपका सर्वर रेडी है, अभी सर्वर को कनेक्ट कर रहा है, and your Windows server online server is ready. You can install your Excel software, you can install your Tally software, you can install any software online, you can install any software online, access it, use it, all the things you can just make a try, and then you can give the access and give it to me. That is, you can use it. So now your Windows server which is ready in the online. If you want to see what is the size of the server, all those things, just click on this Excel. Just a second. So this is the server management screen. You can just close it. So this is your C drive, and the size you get is almost 126 GB. This is of no use. This is only a temporary storage, and then you can use whatever software and make a trial of the Google Online version. So this is your online server. Try it, use it, and then if you feel comfortable, you can go for the paid version. That will become more easier and helpful to you. Now we are going to see a demo of Zoho remotely. Now Zoho remotely is again like a software which is similar type like Microsoft 365 and Google Suite. Since many people have already used Microsoft 365 and Google Suite, and they feel that no, they want to go for different software. That's why I thought that I'll just take a demo of this Zoho remotely. Again, this Zoho remotely is freely available till 1st September. You can try all the software which is available in this Zoho remotely. So these are the software which is available. Your click is the communication software. I'll just show you. Access, since I'm already logged in, I'm just selecting access Zoho remotely. You can also create a free account. So if you see, so many softwares are available in this. Now click, Showtime, Meeting. These three are the communication tools which you can use it for the purpose of your client communication or your staff communication or your staff meeting or your client meeting or your client communication. Different types of audit can be created, meetings can be created, discussions can be created. All these I'm not going in detail, just an overview I'm showing you. Then Work Drive is like a Google Drive. Again, Google Drive, many of us are using the Google Drive in the online mode. There is also an offline mode in Google Drive. If you want, you can also try that. You can download the Google Drive in the system. A folder like this will be created. Say you are 4 people using the common Google Drive. You want to use the shared folder. All the 4 people can download the Google Drive. A folder like this will be created. Anyone is saving data in this folder. All the 4 or 5 people can access the data on a real-time basis. And this, if you see here, you can see that whatever changes is made is immediately uploaded and updated in the online Google Drive. So same way, Work Drive is like Google Drive and OneDrive. And for the purpose of task management, you have project. Like say for example, today we want to plan one audit. For the audit, who is the team? What are the works to be done? All these details can be provided in the project. Sprint is not required for us. This is a little complicated software for advanced project management. Then Assist. Many of you are using AnyDesk and Remote Desk, that is the team viewer for the purpose of connecting to your client system or your office system. Now, there is one thing I don't know that whether you know or not. There is something called as unattended access. Now, what is this unattended access? It is also available in AnyDesk, and it is also available in the team viewer. Now, what is the problem? If you want to get connected to AnyDesk in your office, then someone should be there, and he should select accept to accept then only you can access the screen. Now, there is something called as unattended access, where you create a password in AnyDesk or team viewer and install it in the system. The only condition is that the system should be on and it should be connected to the net. And whenever you want to access that system, just that system will be displayed in your user ID and password. Say this is my server, I want to access. I click on this connect and my system is accessed. So no one is there who is selecting this accept button. We can access my system without no one being sitting there. My server is only on. I can even restart the system. So this is one advantage which you can use in the Zoho Drive or the AnyDesk or the team viewer. Next thing in the Zoho remotely is Lens, which is a beautiful feature which I like the most, is that the Zoho Lens. Now, what is this Zoho Lens? Today in this COVID situation, it is very difficult to do an audit or a physical verification. Many of you have this physical verification where some small stock verification you have to do at regular interval. Say your client is telling, sir, COVID is there, but I want you to do this audit or do this verification. How can you do? Now, the power is in the mobile. Now, if you see a mobile, you have GPS tracker in it. and using the GPS tracker, you can find the location of the person. Say for example, one stock audit is allotted to you where you have to do some physical verification. The stock is not that much. What you can do is there will be a person who is sitting there or who is taking in charge of that godown or wherever shop it is. You can tell him to install Zoho Lens software, which is available in the Play Store or the iOS application software, and keep it and install it. Once he has installed it, now you can find the Google location whether that person is there or not, and then you open this Zoho Lens and click on Start. So once you click on Start, like a meeting ID, one link ID will be created. I have already installed Zoho Lens in my mobile phone. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to type this Zoho Lens, this number, that is 890-384-4996 and join. Now by this what happens is, sitting in my office, I can access the camera. Now every mobile phone, everyone is using a smart mobile phone. I can access the camera of my client. And you can see here. So you can do this physical, then disconnecting it. Now you can see that you can access the camera, you can even scan the barcode number. All these facility is available in a Zoho Lens. This is one beautiful tool which Zoho remotely has and which Google Suite and even the Microsoft 365 does not have, which you can use it for the purpose of small audits or physical verification if you want to do. Then similar is a writer is like your MS Word, and Sheet is your MS Excel, and Showtime is your PowerPoint presentation. So these are the software which is available in the in the Zoho remotely, which you can try till 1st September. So now we will going to see how you can use Google Form for getting and collecting data in a more efficient manner. So I already created some Google Form. Like say for example, I will give you a few examples. Like now the income tax return form, new income tax return form, they are asking for certain details. Like what is your passport number, whether you are having went for the international travel. Lot of questions are being asked. Now, if you tell your staff to take the data, he may take the data wrongly or make a note wrongly. If your client is sending by email, again searching the email becomes a big trouble. Sometimes following up with the email also create a big confusion. What you can do is, whatever questionnaire is there, create a Google form, send the Google form link to the client. He will just click the link and fill the questions which you are asking, and automatically your data record is maintained in the Google form. I'll just show you how we use it. Earlier I used for PAN account, where if someone is asking for PAN application, what I do is I have created a Google form. I send them this Google form. They fill the data. Even they can attach the ID proof, address proof, and send it to me. Now that data is available to me in an Excel format. Now using that Excel, that is the Google Sheet, using mail merge, automatically I link that data to the PAN application, and automatically my PAN application is filled. Why PAN application? If many times our clients are telling that, sir, I want you to send me a draft of a partnership deed. Now if you see partnership deed, how do you prepare? You tell your staff, prepare this partnership deed. What he will do, he will take a copy of XYZ company partnership deed, and then he will make the changes. Sometimes we see that company name, partner name is same, but in the bottom the partner name is not changed. So these kind of troubles are there. So these kind of trouble we are facing, but using this mail merge tool, again, this is also a beautiful tool which you can use it. I use it very often, linking the data from Excel to the partnership deed. So I send the Google form to my client. They will fill the data and send some 20 questionnaires will be there. What is the partner name? What is the age? What is the address? What is the profit sharing ratio? What is the nature of business? This data I get in the Excel form. This Excel form is already mail merge to my partnership deed draft document. I link it, mail merge it, within 10 to 15 minutes, my partnership deed is ready. Now recently I have created one Google form to collect the data of how many hours and what work is done by my staff, because tracking that has become very difficult. So I have done that also. I'll just share with you. So you have to, whenever you open your Gmail, you will find these dots, go to Google Drive. Now in this Google Drive, it is very easy to create a Google form. Few of you might already have created it, but for those who don't know, I'll just show you a sample of how to create. It's very easy. Just right click anywhere. So right click here. And then you will find more. Under more, just select Google Form. Now, whatever questions you want, it is very simple. Just write the question. What is the type of questions? You can give the descriptions, all those details. You can even ask to attach a file. You can attach a screenshot, whatever it is, your choice is there. I'll just show you one sample. Just I'll show you one data. My project, suppose nowadays you see that many CMA, that is the SMEs and MSMEs, they are taking loan from various banks. And nowadays we are getting a lot of calls, sir, what is the data required for creating a projected financial or creating a CMA data. So what I have done is I have created a Google form. I just click this Google form and send it to them by WhatsApp. They click on this Google form, fill the data and give it to me. So whatever response is there, I get the response. You can see this, all these questions are there, which I am asking. I can see all the response in this response column. Some net connection problem is there. So you can see that 2 of my clients have sent this data. I can just click on this green color tab, which will convert the data to Google Sheet. Now this you can even convert to Excel, Google, that is Microsoft Excel. And from this, whatever you want, you can do it. Any data convert to using mail merge options, you can use and proceed further. So these are the options where you can use Google Form more effectively for the purpose of your practice. And this will help you, like I have said, this PAN application with upload facility. So this is one Google Form which I have created. Now since it is Aadhaar based PAN card, we don't require so much detail, but so what are the disclaimers I want to give? I provide the disclaimers. What is the company name? If you see, you can even attach the address proof, ID proof, bank statement, passport. Even for the signatures, I have said that at this place you have to make one signature and then send me. So if I see this questionnaire, just click on this, and automatically this questionnaire is sent, received. This is the way it will be looking in the mobile phone. And now, but what is the problem when you create a Google form is, if you see the link, that is, suppose if I share the link is little bigger. So even you shorten the URL, it becomes little bigger. So what I use is, I use bit.ly.com, bit.ly, where I can shorten the URL. You can just search it. Because of time issues, I'm not going to do it. And I give my own name, like say, for example, bit.ly/PANAPP, that's it. So I can even type in my mobile and send it to my clients. So this way you can use the Google form for the purpose of your practice management and collection of data, by which your data collection is again centralized and properly stored in a centralized location. And again, access and retrieval becomes more easier. Then the document management tool, already we have discussed about this document management tool, Dropbox, Google Drive, Work Drive or OneDrive. OneDrive is again Power Automate, is the next level of work where you can integrate Excel with Outlook and the Twitter and the Facebook or any other Gmail and generate reports and send email automated reply. So if anyone wants an advanced learning, they can go to Power Automate in OneDrive, which is the next artificial intelligence which you can use for making your practice more better. If you are using the Dropbox free version, I will suggest you not to use. There are some security issues in that. Otherwise, Google Drive, Zoho Drive, OneDrive is okay for usage purpose. And another thing which we are facing is the how to make the office a paperless office. So there are so many files are there, so many papers are there. You tell your staff to bring one client, he will search for half day, sir, file is not there, paper is not there, filing is not being done. So instead of this, what you can do is there are very many software. These are some software. I have already used KDoc a few years back. I believe some 7 to 8 years back. This KDoc software was given free of cost to the CA members by the CA Institute. Now, by this, what happens is, whatever your client files are there, you can scan and store it in a structured manner with certain tags. Say, for example, you are uploading an audit report of the client. So it will ask you question, what is this file? It will say audit report of this client, of this year, and this data. So what happens is, your search filter becomes more easier, and some of them have auto numbering, auto control, auto backup, and a lot of many different options are available. So if you want to pay, again, cost is involved, maybe somewhere around yearly you might have to spend some 6 to 10,000 rupees. But once you use it, I'll tell you, there's more advantage. We have already started to change to the online method of storing my client data, and I don't want a record, physical record, only until and unless required. Otherwise, we are shifting even to paperless office. Whatever is finalized, it should be uploaded in this software. So that easy retrieval, anywhere access. Even I can give a client access sharing, that this folder only he has to access. So these are some software like ProTrack, KDoc, Crown, where it helps you to manage the records of your office. Then communication tools, already most of us are using the communication tool like Zoom, Skype, Zoho Click, already I have said. Now Microsoft Teams again is also a communication tool, but what is the advantage in Microsoft Teams is it is part of your business version. If you are buying a Microsoft 365, it is part of your package, and with this Microsoft Teams you can manage your task and communication becomes more easier in a better manner, using various user IDs and passwords. So these are some communications tools. Free, already we are using Gmail. Zoom is also free. Now in Zoom, if you see in Gmail also, there is Zoom kind of a facility which many people don't know, or many people are not using it. For example, because client, many times I feel that client, if we tell Zoom, sir, Chinese software, though it is not a Chinese software, they have some issues. Then if we say some new software, they are having some trouble. So what I use is, I tell them, okay, you go to Gmail. In the Gmail, if you see on the left hand side, we have, just again, it is opening, start meeting and join meeting. It is like a Zoom meeting. 100 people can be added and unlimited hours of meeting can be done by you. And then certain office management tool, already Zoho and Microsoft Teams I have spoken. If you want a very specific tool for your task management, again, this software cost you some based on some users or some yearly packages are available. Pepilio and Cordil are two software. If you are a team of say more than 15 people or 10 people and you want to manage your work efficiently, these two software are created by a chartered accountant. They know what is the correction, what are the work we are doing, how we are managing. So these are certain advantages that it is based on by a chartered accountant. And then you have Slack, which is an international task management software, which you can use. Zoho remotely, Microsoft Teams, already I have discussed. Then about the TeamViewer, AnyDesk, remote desktop. Again, remote desktop is used for accessing your online server, even for the purpose of accessing your offline server. So I don't want to go offline. As per, I am already having a server, I am already having a system. You tell me how I can go online, then you can use remote desktop. Only one thing, your system should be on 24 hours. And then what you need to do is that you should have a firewall to ensure that no one is hacking your system, and you should have an antivirus software. Some investment you have to do on the security aspects. Now we come to the work-specific software. Now already many of us are using many work-specific software like Computax is there. In Chennai, most of you, I think there also in Delhi, most of you might use it. Then Winman is there, TaxSoft is there, ClearTax software is there. These, I think many of them are using it. I don't want to talk much about this. But with those who are using Computax, there is a Compute Web option which is available where without your server being, that is your server should be on 24 hours, then your client can access the Computax software using a link which will be provided by a Computax. The next important change, major change which you are going to see is in the world of accounting, is the Zoho and the QuickBooks. Today, as a chartered accountant, I have been using Tally for more than 20 years and I found it very comfortable. But what is the problem with the Tally is that again it is offline and limited online access is there. The days to come, you will find that the artificial intelligence will take the work of the accountant. How the artificial intelligence will automate the work. Now today we can see that most of our client, 70 to 80%, there is no cash transactions. Most of our clients are cashless transaction. Either they are using the online method of the payment, or they are using NEFT or the RTGS or the Google Pay or the Paytm or the credit card method of accounting. Now, when you do an accounting, what is the details you require? First thing is that your sales. Now, in GST, the new GST return format was to come, but because of this COVID, they have postponed it. Now, in this, what it is? You can fill the invoices live, maybe in 6 months or 1 year time or 2 year time. This is going to come that where daily basis you can update your sales invoice in the GST portal. And more than 5 crores, 10 crores company, compulsory they will make that they have to provide the details on a real time basis. Now, what is that? Once you are providing the GST number and raising a sales invoice, what is happening? This data is fixed in the opposite person GST return in the 2A. Now, if my software linking is given, what will happen? Automatically purchase entry will be passed. So what is that you are going to do? You pass a sale entry. For your customer, automatically the software will pass a purchase entry. For you also, you are buying some material, you link your software to the GST portal, automatically it will collect the data from 2A and pass the purchase entry. So now your purchase entry work is gone. Next, what is the entry you pass? You pass a bank statement entry. Now again, bank statement entry, if you take software like Zoho or QuickBook, once you link your bank account to Zoho and QuickBook, automatically it will download the software. You just tell the interval every 15 days, every 1 week, every 1 month. Or you manually upload the bank statement. What Zoho and QuickBook will do, it will automatically pass the entries based on certain criteria, maybe some name or some check details or some amount validation. Based on certain criteria, automatically it will pass the entries. Now we will tell, sir, there are certain entries which it don't know. What it will do, it will show in the suspense part. Now once it shows in the suspense part, what you will do, you will check the suspense part. By looking at it, you will say, okay, this ledger you have to debit or credit, debit, credit. Now there is something it is there which is common in all the suspense which you are clearing. This artificial intelligence will check, say for example, there are 10 entries which are suspense. You have cleared this 10 entry to a particular ledger. Next time what will happen, there will be some similarity in this 10 entries. Next time it will automatically debit or credit to that ledger. So your purchase entry gone, your bank entry gone. Next what? Credit card. Again, credit card will be linked. Entries will be passed automatically. Your Google Pay, Paytm, all the other software. Then what is remaining? Only the petty cash is remaining. So this petty cash expenses, how much entries it will be there. So if you see, Tally is not going to go online. Things are going to change. People like individual person, small business owners, now they are moving to Zoho. 5 or 6,000 rupees per year they spend it. For them, work has become easier. Another advantage is that automatic invoicing goes on. You just fix a limit that automatically invoice should be sent to your clients, and in the invoice there will be a payment option. Your client will click on the payment option, make the payment, automatically entry will be passed. So this accounting field is going to see a sea change in next 3-5 years, and you will see that accounting entry will no longer be a job, it will be automated. Now we are going to see certain Tally most of you are using. So I thought that with Tally, what is that more things we can do, which I have seen here, that Tally has many inbuilt features, which very few people are using it. There are 4 features which I have selected. One is the audit feature. We know that to do an audit, uh, it takes a lot of process. One, you have to plan what are the work to be done, what is the sample selection, what is the team, whether the team has completed the work or not, what are the query raised, what are the remarks given by the client, what are the audit journals you are passing. So these, so many things you do in the audit. And when it comes to next year, you want to access the last year data, again, your offline document storage is there. You have to search the file and then see what are the queries raised in the last year, to compare and see if the same year these problems are not been made. So in Tally, there is an audit feature which I am going to show you a demo, that how you can use Tally for making your audit more better and controlled. Next thing is that for many of our small and medium sized firms, we have small businessmen, or where they give us Tally data, and even small audits, many of them are having Tally data. Now with that audit Tally, what we do, we export the data or the trial balance or the balance sheet and the P&L, and then prepare the balance sheet, P&L, schedules, audit report, all these things, linking is done. And again, if you want to complete one financial statement from Tally, to complete it to a final audit financial statement, it takes sometimes 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours of your staff time, and where your staff makes your mistake, you don't know. Sometimes these problems are arising that he makes a mistake and you are unable to find it. And once you complete the audit report, you send it to your client. What does your client say? Sir, there is some change. I have missed some entries. So again, he is sending you an updated Tally data. Now again, what happens? Your staff is taking the updated Tally data. From the updated Tally data, he has to complete the whole audit report. Again, it takes 5 hours to 6 hours to complete or prepare the full audit report. Now, if one option is given that just I change the Tally data and refresh my Excel, and automatically the financial is updated, how it will be? It will be good. So that is what we can use Tally to real-time access to Excel. This we are going to see. Next is nowadays we are seeing that many of them are asking, sir, how can we pass entries from Excel to Tally? There are many software which are available in the market. One example is E2 Tally Soft. Again, this is also developed by a chartered accountant, where you just it is an Excel tool where it will be given one additional utility in the Excel, where you just import the bank statement and give the ledgers which are debited, credited. You have to do it manually, select the ledgers as per Tally, and then import it. Automatically Tally entry will be passed. So those who are using Tally and you want to pass the entries from Excel, automatically import in the Excel, then this is one E2 Tally Soft is one software, and there are many softwares available. Next thing is that again, this work which I am explaining, that is preparing a financial from a Tally to Excel, takes sometimes 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 day also. And I'm going to show you within 5 minutes how you can prepare a audit financial with all the schedules, just a click of a button, by using this software, which is again, this is also developed by a chartered accountant, and the software company name is Black Horse Excellence. This chartered accountant is from Ahmedabad, and E2 Soft Tally person is from Bangalore. So you can just take a free demo, and you can also try it use it. And the amount, if you see, they are nothing. Here, there is lifetime free purchase is less than 5,000 rupees for the software which you are paying. Now, one audit, 10 minutes, if you are able to prepare the financial, how many staff you are going to remove? What is your savings? You check. I'll just show you the demo of one by one. One is the audit, just a simple demo we are going to see. First of Tally. There's one issue in Tally. My license I have given to online. So this is a educational mode of Tally. Nothing to worry. Even in educational mode, this will work. So I am just selecting one selecting one company. Now first is the audit feature. Now for audit feature to be activated in Tally, you should have a user ID and password, then only audit will be activated. Now here you can see audit and compliance daily, thousands of times we have seen, but are we using it? Very few people. Even in Chennai, I have taken so many sessions. In spite of that, no sir, our regular work, we are comfortable. We don't want to. Choice is yours. If you want to save time, these are the now like audit documentation. You can plan your audit. Who can be your team? What is that they can do? What is the sampling? What is the query they have raised? All the audit working papers can be developed from the audit working part itself. You don't need a separate software. Now, what is the advantage if you do an audit in Tally is that now once you do your audit in Tally, next year what will happen? The same file will continue. Just to change the year, see the data last year, what is the query raised, who was the team, what are the work done, what is the extent of work done. By this what happens, your time is saved, your data control is one. This will be in your client place. You can even make a user ID access to restrict the user by your client so that they cannot change the details. And then lot of analysis tools are available in it, like you verify the chart of accounts, raise the query, what is the type of query, you can select the sample. I'm not going in detail again. What is the related party transaction, what is repeated transaction, then other analysis, statutory payment, linking to GST, TDS, all these things are available in this. And many times what happens is that when we do the audit, some adjustment entries we pass or closure entries we pass. Now, if we tell our staff what they do, they pass the entry. Now, when we go and ask who has passed this entry, again question mark, who has passed the entry? I don't know, sir. I did not pass. So the responsibility shift. So it is better that when you use this audit tool, if you use the audit journal, if you're going to a client place and your client is not with you and you have to pass some entry, you can just pass this audit journal entries, or your backup is sent to your office, pass the audit journal entry, and then just send a Excel copy to them that these are the audit journal entry updated in your Tally software or the Tally accounting data. And then even financial statements can be prepared. That is not so good, but I would not suggest to use this financial statement, but otherwise this audit documentation analysis is very good. You can use it and save a lot of time. Next thing what we are going to see is how to real-time access of your Tally data to Excel. I'm changing the financial year. So one thing here you have to be careful is which company you are working, which financial year you are working, which is the Excel. So all the three should be correct data. If you make a mix, then gone. So this setup, first is the company which you are selecting here. So here I have selected year 18-19 and I'm opening a Excel. Now in this Excel, first is that Tally is open, Excel is open. I need to go on the data tab. Now this data tab is already available. This is the latest version of Microsoft 365. If you are having an older version, some name will be different, get data or existing data or outside data. So you can just check it. Here you need to go to get data. And then you need to select from other sources and Microsoft query. So your Tally should be open, company should be open, financial year should be correct, and then your Excel should be open. Just select this Tally ODBC connectivity. Here you may face some issue because of the 64-bit and 32-bit. Now, what is happening? Now your Tally data is connected to the Excel data. in a real-time basis. But what is the problem is your tally data is huge relationship database. From the huge database, I want only 4 details. What are the details? One is the ledger name. If you want, you can make a note of this, because if this code number you can understand, it is very easy. One is the ledger name. Second is the closing balance. Third is the group, that is the parent group or the primary group. So these are the 4 details which are required. If you see, so many databases there, under each database so many column is there, so which one to select you don't know. So I'll tell you shortcut key, 4 details. First thing you need to find out a database which is named ledger. So how to find it? Just type L. If you type, ledger will come 3-4 times. If you type just ledger and then expand it. Now in this, what is that we require? First is name. Now the column name in tally is starting by $ and N. $N. So this is the name. So every name will be starting with $. Then what is that we want? I want a closing balance. So, and parent. So parent again $P, if you type it may not come. You can type $U. And below that you will find a parent. So $U and then parent. What is the parent? Is the grouping, balance sheet item or revenue item or what it is. Then we want the closing balance. So for closing balance, $_C. One minute. So $_C. Yeah. So this is the closing balance. So only these 3 data are required for a financial table. Normally what we do is we export from tally and then prepare the financials. Now what is happening? The data from the company which you have opened and for the year which you have opened is linked now. So now what you want to do? I want a table. So just a table, that's it. So now what happens? Whatever ledger are there, what is the balance? That is linked. And using this link, what you can do is you can prepare your financial statement. If your client is giving a change data, what you can do? Just nothing, open the new tally data, open that, and then which year you want to open it, again open Excel and then refresh. I'll just make one change. There is one party like Abbas hardware mart. I'll pass an entry and make this entry as 0. So voucher entry F5 bank. So I'm making a payment of 5,900 on account control A. So this is one change which has happened in this data. So how to update this data in Excel? Very simple. Just again go to data. You can see refresh. If you have multiple data, which data you want to update, select refresh. Now once you refresh, what happened? This has become 0. So this way you can save a lot of time and your energy by linking your trial balance with the what is a financial statement. Just open tally and link it to this table and then create it. Now if you want one additional suggestion I will give you, if you use Power Query, you can perform more better, but for that you need to spend some time. Power Query will help you in creating the financial in more better way. That is, it keeps a record of all the steps. That's part I am not going to take. Last part of our demo is the software which I was talking. That is the automatic preparation of financial statement. Now in this again I have to work. I have to prepare a financial statement, create the link, and then I have to link these data. Another option, no, I don't want this also, sir. Tell me a better way. Within 10-15 minutes, I want to prepare a financial statement. One software which I said, that is the, I'll open this, sir. So I'm going to show you a balance sheet demo of how to create automatically a financial statement from Tally to Excel with a utility which is available in the online with few. This I think this software for individual, if you are buying it, is somewhere around 2,000 rupees. And if you want to prepare a Schedule 3, that is the company's balance sheet with the audit report and the notes to account, all those also are available. That also option is available if you go for the advanced version of the software. Now, this also you can download freely with the website which I have said, that is the website is Black Horse Excellence. You can just search in Google and you will find this demo file is already available in the online. You can even talk to the CA if you want any changes. He is ready to make all the changes. Now, what is happening? This is the Excel demo. Now, what I have to do, again, same thing. Now, this tally is open. This company is open. Here is open. Now, this I am going to link with this Excel. I'm going to close the another file. So now what is happening is, this is the trial balance, which now I have shown that the same method it is adopting, but it is more advanced than earlier. So now what I am telling is import from Tally. Now which company? This Super Industries Limited, financial year 18-19. Just open the Excel. I am selecting import from Tally. Just a second. Just closing some issue in my. Not enable the controls. 1 minute, I'll just enable the control. So these and all are macro based files, so you need to enable the controls. There is again a depreciation schedule for the Companies Act. We have to prepare the number of years per depreciation schedule. All these Excel files are there. You can just check in the online, which is a demo is available. So here I need to enable the content. So yes, enable content. So now I have enabled it. So my Tally is open. Just I have to click import from Tally. And now the data is getting imported from my Tally to the Excel sheet. Now earlier what I have shown is you have to prepare all the financials, you have to prepare all the schedules and all the other details. Here automatically by importing this software will automatically Excel utility will automatically create the ledgers, and some adjustment you need to go, you can just do it, and automatically it will create a balance sheet in both horizontal and vertical format. So here you can see that your vertical format of balance sheet is there, vertical format of your P&L is there. So one thing you need to understand is what we are doing is, now we are focusing more on Excel. That is how we want the reporting, we are focusing more on the Tally data. How we want the reporting in Excel, based on that we are regrouping the Tally data so that our financial in this part becomes more better and presentable manner. So this way your horizontal and vertical balance sheet, everything is updated automatically with the auditor name and the client name, all those details are there. Same way P&L and your schedules. The main thing is where we face problem is the schedule, even the current year data, next year data. Here you need to select prepare schedule, then only will prepare. Click on this prepare schedule. So in companies, we see that we have to give the current year data and the previous year data. A lot of confusion. Our staff just giving the long linking, and then the Tally is not tallying. A lot of time is being wasted. From your Tally data, it will pick up the data and automatically create all the schedules. How much time it happened? I have just clicked it. 5 to 10 minutes, depending upon the speed of your system. Maximum 5 to 10 minutes. Your balance sheet is prepared. P&L is prepared with the auditor's details. which you have to provide in the master file and then update it. So now your schedules is being prepared. Now you go to schedule, you will find that all the schedules. So schedule 1, what is the unsecured details, what is the sundry creditors, what is the government dues. So what focus you have to do is focus on the tally, client's tally data, filter it to the benefit to that how you want that Excel reporting. That is where you make, 1 year you make, next year automatically the same grouping will be there, and here your work becomes easier. So you can spend a lot of time with family and no need to worry about preparation of financial statement. Even if you want to buy for the company's advanced version is available with all your notes to accounts and all the notes with schedule the balance sheet and the P&L with all the linking options and the depreciation. All these things are available in this software. See, this way, using small utilities, spending some small amount, we can save a lot of time and lot of money. So these are some utility, and then the last few utilities, and then we'll go to the question answer session. Some small utilities which I felt that will be useful for you. One is the expense tracker. Now, many times what happens is petty cash expense, bills, maintenance is becoming a big task. So what you can do is you can go for a file which is an online version. You just scan the voucher or scan the bill, automatically expenses entry, petty cash entry will be passed. Now, earlier I was talking about automation. Now, in the automation, what did we see? Artificial intelligence. Only sale entry you pass, purchase entry is passed, bank statement entry is passed, all the entries are passed. Only petty cash entry you have to do. Now install this software, even the petty cash entry you don't need to do. You can link these files to the software and then petty cash entry also can be passed. Next is Perfios. Now what is Perfios is, we have most of our individual clients. Now if you see some 5 years or 10 years back, what do? Your individual client will bring 1, 3 or 4 passbook and looking at the data, immediately we can prepare the statement. But nowadays the bank statement, oh my God, it's a mess. Because why? Many of them do online transaction. All this Ola, Uber, then the credit card transaction, Paytm transaction, Google Pay transaction. How to prepare a financial statement? So what you can do is just sit with your client. He has to give some permission for this software. And it is secure, no need to worry. Only linking or downloading the data is only available. Even the option of export and import is available. Now what this Perfios does, just you link your bank statement and automatically it will analyze the bank statement. Even if it is 200 pages, 20 pages, bank statement, credit card, Gmail, what is your Google Pay, everything. And it will summarize and tell you total Ola payment, total amount received by this, total cash deposit. Now, if you get a 20-page bank statement from your client, for preparing an individual statement, you give it to your staff. For preparing the summary of bank statement, it will take 1 or 2 days. Now, how much time it takes? Just half an hour. So this is Perfios, some 700 or 600 rupees is per customer, that is per user basis. Per basis, the charges are there annually 600 or 700 rupees, which you can use it. Then Message Club is a software for sending the messages with auto billing, all those options are there. Then LastPass is again extension in Google, which I use for storage of the password, which is a little secure. Multiple password are there. Like say for example, I am practicing in GST. So many clients are there, so many password I have to remember, so many email addresses, keeping track of it becomes little tougher. And again, typing the password, all those things. So what I do, I have created one strong password for my Google Pass extension. All my clients' GST user ID, password and details are stored. Just go to GST website, automatically it will select, ask me that do you want to take the password from the Google Pass, that is LastPass. I'll select the client name, password is being provided. Then one small utility called as Lightshot, which may or may not be useful. Sometimes what happens is we see the screen and something we want to copy and keep. There are many options available, print screen, then you open the paint and then you save the data. This is a very small utility because I use create lot of PDF files, sorry, PPT files. There sometimes I need some data which is available on my screen. I want that same data to copy and paste. So Lightshot is one small software which you can download and install it in your system. I have already downloaded it. You can see this purple color. Click on this. What it does is it will tell you what do you want to select and copy or paste. So what I do is I select this. Say for example, in any website, it can work anywhere on the screen, whatever software. So what do you want to do this? You have selected this. Whether I want to save, I can save the file directly. Only I want to copy, I don't want to save, just to copy it. Where do I want to paste? Just I want to paste, I'll create a new sheet, new slide, and then Control V, that's it. What happened? How much time it took? So this is one small software which you can use for the purpose of some small activities. Sometimes small tools helps you a lot. So these are the few office management software and the tools which I thought I would share with you, which you can use it. There are many options available. I know technology certain times is tasking. When we work in front of systems, sometimes we feel mental inside and mental outside. All these troubles are there. But in spite of this, technology can save a lot of time. Certain things cannot be changed with technology, but some things can be changed with technology for the better management of our time, for the better output and our growth purpose. So happy technology, and thank you all for your patient hearing and giving me this opportunity. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'll be happy to give the reply for that.
वेरी गुड सर, बहुत बढ़िया। मैंने भी मतलब कुछ चीजें तो मुझे पता ही नहीं थी। अब थोड़े से हम रिडंडेंट हो रहे हैं ना, लेकिन आपने कहा कि उसको आउटसोर्स करके आप यू कैन बोरो फ्रॉम गूगल। दिस इज वेरी गुड कंसेप्ट। संदीप जी, यू आर हियर?
यस सर, यस सर।
देखिए, क्वेश्चंस वगैरह कोई आए हैं या किसी का कोई व्यूअर का कोई क्वेश्चन हो?
प्रेजेंटेशन में शेयर कर देता हूँ, मैं प्रेजेंटेशन में शेयर कर देता हूँ आपके साथ, आप मेंबर्स को शेयर कर सकते हैं।
थैंक यू सो मच।
प्रेजेंटेशन कुछ लोग पूछ रहे हैं, आई थिंक ना।
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है विशाल चौधरी जी से। सर, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू फॉर गुड सेशन। My query, while using Tally to import bank statement from Excel, most of the entries are skipped due to instrument name differences on online payments. Can there be a solution other than manual editing of voucher narration?
Yes, sir. There is no other option. If you use this software, you only have to link it to every ledger. You have to ensure that if there are 100 transactions in your bank statement, then 100 ledgers have to be provided. So by default, Tally will not take, but if you use Zoho and QuickBooks, maybe that option is available, but in Tally, that option is not available. That is not having so much artificial intelligence in it. But even the Excel file, that is the utility which I have taught, E2, Tally, Soft or any other software you have, there are also certain restrictions. Your manual intervention is required to provide the details. So without that, you cannot do it.
बड़ा मुश्किल है बैंक स्टेटमेंट में अगर उन्होंने ऑनलाइन पेमेंट लिख दिया, अगर क्लाइंट्स का पार्टी का नाम नहीं है, इवन अगर आपने माना 100 क्लाइंट्स का आपने डाटा भी वहां एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया, उसमें सेम फिगर आ रही है 99,000 लेने हैं, 99,000 3 लोगों से लेने हैं, एक से आगे, तो कैसे पता लगाएगा सॉफ्टवेयर? तो कुछ मैन इंटरवेंशन तो मैं समझता हूँ वहाँ पे जरूरत है, कॉमन सेंस की बात।
तो आप कॉमन क्या कर सकते हैं, सस्पेंस अकाउंट डाल सकते हैं और नरेशन में उसका रेफरेंस दे सकते हैं और फिर मैन्युअली चेंज करना पड़ेगा, दूसरा तो कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है। तो अगर कोई अनम्यूट करके भी आंसर देना चाहते हैं, पूछना चाहते हैं तो भी पूछ सकते हैं सर। किसी कोई को क्या टाइप करने में थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी होता है, वो भी कर सकते हैं।
सर, एक राकेश महेश्वरी जी का क्वेश्चन है, हाउ टू कैलकुलेट डेप्रिसिएशन इन टैली?
सर, डेप्रिसिएशन कैलकुलेशन का ऑप्शन टैली में नहीं है सर। ज्यादा से ज्यादा आप क्या कर सकते हैं, इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेशन करके एक ऑप्शन है, लेकिन उसमें भी WDV तक ज्यादा से कर सकते हैं, ओपनिंग बैलेंस के ऊपर कर सकते हैं, बट यू कैन नॉट टेक दैट 180 डेज, वो ऑप्शन नहीं है। तो उसके लिए आप क्या कर सकते हैं कि अगर टैली में देखेंगे, जैसे आप मोबाइल फोन लेते हैं, गूगल प्ले देता है एडिशनल सॉफ्टवेयर के लिए, उसके अंदर TDL अवेलेबल है, टैली शॉप करके है, उसमें कुछ लोगों ने वो यूटिलिटी डाला हुआ है टैली का। अगर आपको मतलब वो यूज करना है तो आप वो यूज कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो जो अभी मैंने कहा था ना ब्लैक हॉर्स करके, उसके अंदर भी एक डेप्रिसिएशन का यूटिलिटी है जो कंपनीज एक्ट के हिसाब से मल्टीपल इयर्स का खाली नंबर ऑफ इयर्स डाल दीजिए, रेट डाल दीजिए, ऑटोमेटिकली विल कैलकुलेट. अदरवाइज ऑटोमेटिकली only WDV on opening balance maximum you can calculate, that too using interest calculation method.
एक क्वेश्चन विशाल जी का फिर से है कि can XLS to XML be used to audit? He was referring to bank reconciliation option.
And XLS to XML, आप XML फाइल XLS में एडिट कर सकते हैं, बट एक्सेल फाइल XML में करना है तो फर्स्ट उसको कन्वर्ट करके ही कर सकते हैं. मेरे को थोड़ा सा वो डाउट ये, अगर यही है तो पता नहीं जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. यू कैन एडिट XML फाइल, बट उसमें क्या है, आप जब XML फाइल ओपन करते हैं, एक्सेल में ओपन करने का ऑप्शन है, सो यू शुड नो द डेटा स्ट्रक्चर. कहीं पे भी आप एक गलत एंट्री डाल देते हैं फिर वो प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. तो स्ट्रक्चर मैनेज करके, जैसे अभी कॉमन नेम अपीयर हो रहा है और फाइंड एंड रिप्लेस कर रहा हूँ तो हो सकता है.
Basically, he was asking XML into Tally.
टैली,
XML into Tally.
टैली डेटा को आप XML में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. ओके, XML का डेटा वापस एक्सेल में खोल सकते हैं, फिर उसमें आप चेंज करके सेव कर सकते हैं या टेक्स्ट फाइल में ओपन कर सकते हैं, करके चेंज कर सकते हैं. बट वही है, आपको डेटा स्ट्रक्चर बराबर समझ में आना चाहिए कि आप जहां पे भी चेंज कर रहे हैं वो कमांड्स डिफरेंशिएट नहीं होना चाहिए.
Sir, one question was related to your software, screen capture software, LightSort. तो LightSort में केवल स्क्रीन कैप्चर, स्टिल स्क्रीन कैप्चर होता है या वीडियो कैप्चर?
नहीं, स्टिल स्क्रीन ही है सर. मैं अभी तो वीडियो तो कैप्चर नहीं देखा हूँ, स्टिल स्क्रीन ही है, कैप्चर देखा हूँ.
इट्स अ फ्री सॉफ्टवेयर और
फ्री है सर, फ्री है सर. ये जो कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर कॉस्टली वाला मैं बताया भी नहीं हूँ. मे बी को पेपिलियो वगैरह, कॉर्डिल वगैरह जाते हैं तो थोड़ा महंगा हो सकता है. बाकी आप ऑनलाइन सर्वर जो है साल का अगर यूज करेंगे तो लाख रुपए तो पक्का खर्चा होगा आपका. थोड़ा बहुत आपको इन्वेस्ट तो करना पड़ेगा. तो लेकिन इसमें एडवांटेज बहुत है कि आपके स्टाफ का कंट्रोल, टाइम कंट्रोल, अभी मैं देख सकता हूँ कि कितने यूजर्स काम कर रहे हैं, वो सब चीज कंट्रोल मेरे को आ जाता है.
Papilio is a good software for office management.
Papilio है, कॉर्डिल है, वो सीए से ही बनाया हुआ है, तो टास्क मैनेजमेंट के लिए, बिलिंग के लिए, तो पूरा वो फ्लो बराबर मेंटेन करता है.
सर थोड़ा उसके परफ्यूज सॉफ्टवेयर जो आपने बताया बैंक स्टेटमेंट एनालाइजर के बारे में, थोड़ा सा अगर आप उसको फिर से एक्सप्लेन करें, बिकॉज सी यूजुअली PCAs आर फेसिंग मच प्रॉब्लम. होता क्या है कि हम जब ITR फाइल कर रहे होते हैं, बैलेंस शीट बना रहे होते हैं, तो लास्ट मोमेंट पे क्लाइंट आता है, पूरा का पूरा PDF हमें दे जाता है या पूरा का पूरा एक्सेल शीट पकड़ा जाता है, सर ये लो बैंक स्टेटमेंट है ना. और फिर बीइंग अ CA हमें क्या लगता है कि भाई अगर आपने 2 बैंक भी खोल रखे हैं और आपके यू हैव मेड 1000 ऑफ एंट्रीज, दैट बड़ा इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एनालाइज दोस थिंग्स. तो थोड़ा सा उसकी परफ्यूज के बारे में बताएं कि हाउ इज इट गोइंग टू हेल्प अस.
सर अभी परफ्यूज सॉफ्टवेयर जो है मोस्टली कौन यूज करते हैं, तो जो बैंकर्स जो लोन लेते हैं ना, अभी जैसे आप NBFC है या कोई बैंकर है, तो आप क्या मांगते हैं लोन के लिए, यू आस्क द बैंक स्टेटमेंट, सपोज यू आर अ बैंकर, राइट. अभी वो लोग एनालाइज कैसे करते हैं, परफ्यूज से, राइट. सो अभी इसमें परफ्यूज में क्या होता है कि उसमें 2-3 मेथड है. इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट ऑप्शन भी है, जैसे PDF फाइल करते हो कन्वर्शन का ऑप्शन, या एक्सेल फाइल या CSV. और एक ऑप्शन क्या है, वो ऑलरेडी सब बैंक से टाई अप किया हुआ है. आपको आपके क्लाइंट के साथ बैठ के उनका ऑनलाइन यूजर आईडी एक्सेस रहेगा, तो उससे एक परमिशन लेना पड़ता है बैंकर से कि ये आकर जो आपके क्लाइंट है, दे आर गिविंग एक्सेस टू द गेटिंग द बैंक स्टेटमेंट. वो ओनली बैंक स्टेटमेंट एक्सेस रहेगा, बाकी और कोई भी एक्सेस नहीं रहेगा. सेम वे क्रेडिट कार्ड है, बाकी और टाइप्स ऑफ ऑनलाइन जो भी स्टेटमेंट है, उसको अगर आप लिंक कर देंगे तो फिर क्या होता है, ऑटोमेटिकली क्वार्टरली या ईयरली आप जब भी आपको स्टेटमेंट चाहिए, since your client is already given the permission, you can download the statement और खुद ही एनालाइज करके दे देगा. अभी उसमें भी ऐसे ही होता है, जो उसको पता नहीं है वो सस्पेंस में डाल देगा. जैसे ओला का नाम आया तो क्या डालेगा, ट्रैवल एक्सपेंडिचर. उबर का आया, जैसे जोमेटो आया तो फूड एक्सपेंडिचर. और समझ लीजिए कि मूवी आया तो ड्राइंग्स, या फिर ऐसे खर्चा किया हुआ. तो कैश डिपॉजिट है तो टोटल कैश का समरी डाल देगा. तो जो कॉमन नेम से है तो कॉमन नेम से कैलकुलेट कर लेगा. बाकी अभी समझ लीजिए सुरेश कुमार 10 बार आ रहा है तो सुरेश कुमार को 10 लाख रुपए दिया, रमेश कुमार से 10 लाख रुपए आया, तो वैसे ही होता है वो PCA. बट टाइम सेविंग इज फिनोमिनल.
So see, Vinod ji, it's maybe something different question है, but since we are much more focusing on the Indian softwares, right? Indian software
इंडियन ही है, परफेक्ट इंडियन ही है।
तो मतलब हम except few software जो renowned है, Microsoft या Google वाली आप छोड़ दें, तो most of the software which we are talking about all are I believe Indian software.
यस सर, मोस्टली एक खाली जो टास्क मैनेजमेंट में मैंने एक सॉफ्टवेयर बताया था, नाम भूल गया मैं, एक सेकंड के, खाली एक ही सॉफ्टवेयर जो है मैंने फॉरेन का बताया है, बाकी जो सब सॉफ्टवेयर इंडियन बताया। क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, व्हेन यू गो फॉर इंटरनेशनल वर्जन, स्टैक करके एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, वो खाली एक है जो इंटरनेशनल सॉफ्टवेयर है, बाकी जो है इंडियन बताया हूं, क्योंकि आप इंटरनेशनल वर्जन में जाता है ना, फिर वर्क डिफिकल्टी हो जाता है। तो कभी कभी अपने को चीज समझ में नहीं आता, अपना एंगल सोचने का तरीका और उनका सोचने का तरीका थोड़ा डिफरेंट हो जाता है। ये परफ्यूज भी इंडियन ही है।
सर एक क्वेरी आ रही है शीतल जी से,
हाँ,
एंड शी इज आस्किंग कि इज देयर एनी सॉफ्टवेयर अवेलेबल फॉर डायरेक्ट एंट्री इन टैली फॉर परचेज एंड सेल्स बाय डायरेक्टली scanning it like you have mentioned for petty cash entries in Fly software?
स्कैन करके डालने का तो अभी तक मैं देखा नहीं हूँ।
No, टैली में
टैली पे नहीं देखना पड़ेगा टीडीएल, क्योंकि वो टीडीएल में भी नहीं रहेगा, थोड़ा उसमें कॉम्प्लिकेशन ज्यादा है, क्योंकि ओसीआर रिकॉग्निशन है, तो थोड़ा सा इतना लेवल का सॉफ्टवेयर तो मैंने नहीं देखा हूँ, तो जहाँ तक मेरे को पता है आई हैव नॉट कम अक्रॉस सच सॉफ्टवेयर।
इशू, बट कोविड के टाइम पे हम काफी डेवलप कर रहे हैं, इवन सो मेनी एप्स, इंडियन एप्स आर कमिंग अप, है ना, बहुत सारे एप्स एंड सॉफ्टवेयर भी आ रहे हैं, तो होप सो इन few days of time or few month of time down the line we'll have that facility.
Maybe that भी हो सकता है सर, but again my thinking is that Tally, if he doesn't update to online, it will become redundant. जबकि मैं भी टैली को पसंद करता हूँ और काफी ट्रेनिंग लेता हूँ, बट मेरे को डर है कि अगर वो अपडेट नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि दुनिया बदल रही है। मैं भी क्लाइंट का तरीका देख रहा हूँ, अभी जो नए स्टार्टअप्स है वो बोल रहे सर हमको ज़ोहो कंफर्टेबल है सर, मेरे को ना एंट्री डालने की पड़ती है, खाली मेरे को लिंक करना पड़ता है लेजर को, ऑटोमेटिकली वो एंट्री पास कर देता है, जीएसटी का एंट्री पास कर देता है वो।
सर एक संजीव जी का क्वेरी है कि कैन वी अपलोड डॉक्यूमेंट्स इन टैली अलोंग विद वाउचर लाइक एसएपी?
हाँ, वो टीडीएल लेना पड़ेगा सर, वैसे सॉफ्टवेयर अवेलेबल है, जैसे टैली शॉप है, तो उस टाइप के टीडीएल में वो ऑप्शंस देते हैं कि वेयर यू कैन अटैच दोस डॉक्यूमेंट, जैसे एक एंट्री डालते हैं तो यू बाय अ टीडीएल, देयर यू विल गिव एन ऑप्शन अटैच द वाउचर, तो वो वाउचर और एंट्री के साथ लिंक कर देता है,
एंड वी कैन डू
दैट वी कैन डू।
सर एक क्वेरी और आई है, दैट इज फ्रॉम प्रीति कुचल जी। शी वाज आस्किंग can we use single user tally on multiple computer through OneDrive or other option?
No, even पहले मैं भी यही समझता था कि ऑनलाइन सर्वर में चला जाऊंगा तो सिंगल यूजर टैली यूज करूंगा तो मल्टीपल लोग एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, बट व्हेन आई वेंट टू ऑनलाइन सर्वर, ट्रायल वर्जन में टैली इंस्टॉल किया, इवन सिंगल सेम सिस्टम में मैं दो विंडो नहीं खोल पा रहा हूं। इट इज सेइंग दैट वर्चुअल यूजर, सिंगल यूजर ओनली वन। और आपके लिए और एक अपडेट मैं दे रहा हूँ टैली के लिए, जो भी टैली यूज कर रहे हैं और ऑनलाइन सॉफ्टवेयर में जा रहे हैं, फ्यूचर में अभी 31 मार्च 2021 तक तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, जिनका भी ऑनलाइन सर्वर है, अभी लेटेस्ट टैली ने एक ईमेल भेजा है कि आप 10 यूजर से ज्यादा ऑनलाइन सर्वर में यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो देन यू आपके 10 के ऊपर अगर ज्यादा यूजर्स है तो फिर आपको आपका एडिशनल 225 रुपीज पर मंथ कुछ लाइसेंस का चार्जेस वो लेता है। तो मैंने उसको पूछा भैया मेरे पास 2 मल्टी यूजर लाइसेंस है, तो बोले सर आप 20 लोग यूज कर सकते हैं, ऐसे बोला है।
और संदीप और कोई क्वेरी?
नहीं सर, और कोई क्वेरी नहीं है। आई थिंक
मैं कॉन्स्टेंटली देख रहा हूँ कि 70 से 80 जो है पार्टिसिपेंट एवरी टाइम अवेलेबल रहे हैं, लोगों में बड़ा इंटरेस्ट है, और मैं कह सकता हूँ कि बहुत अच्छा है कि हमारे लिए एक नॉलेज वाला ये शेयरिंग हुआ आज।
करेक्ट सर, इट वाज अ वेरी वंडरफुल सेशन, बहुत बढ़िया रहा, एंड दैट टू नॉलेजेबल सर। और विनोद कोठारी जी, आपने जिस हिसाब से हमें स्टेप बाय स्टेप बताया, राइट फ्रॉम डाटाबेस मैनेजमेंट, डाटा सर्वर कैसे मैनेज करना है, सॉफ्टवेयर कैसे मैनेज करना है, ऑफिस टूल्स कैसे यूज करना है, बहुत अच्छे सॉफ्टवेयर आपने बताए, पेरिफ्यूज कैसे बताया, लाइट शॉट मुझे बहुत पसंद आया। Because see, these are the software we usually required, right, to run our offices and हमें काम करने के लिए चाहिए होता है। And these are the handy tools, क्योंकि ये सॉफ्टवेयर बड़ा बिलीव कि जो घंटों के काम को आप मिनटों में कर देते हैं, और कहीं ना कहीं ये हमारी एफिशिएंसी को ऐड भी करता है और एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाता है। और पार्टिसिपेंट ने भी साथ साथ बहुत ही अच्छे क्वेश्चंस पूछे और आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आंसर दिया सर, बहुत ही अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन रहा। From Missionary Study Circle and all participants, I would like to thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. First time मैं नॉर्थ में ले रहा हूँ सेशन, नहीं तो नॉर्मली साउथ में ही लेता हूँ।
Sir, it is also a benefit of
COVID technology.
And in future, definitely sir, we would like to again take your services, है ना, हम आपसे जरूर आपको डिस्टर्ब करना चाहेंगे और we'll plan accordingly sir. And friends, हमारी नेक्स्ट सेमिनार हमारी नेक्स्ट वीक में है, एंड जिस हिसाब से आपने पार्टिसिपेट किया, आई विल रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज नेक्स्ट सेमिनार में जरूर हमारे रहें, पार्टिसिपेट करें। ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ स्टडी सर्कल एंड थैंक ऑल ऑफ यू पार्टिसिपेंट एंड विनोद जी, थैंक यू सर। सर आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
ये कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं पीपीटी के लिए कॉन्टेक्ट डिटेल
मैं शेयर कर देता हूँ।
पीपीटी के साथ ही कॉन्टेक्ट डिटेल मिल जाएगा सबको।
मैंने ऑलरेडी लिख रखा है कि we'll have video link and PPT as well, right?
या
विनोद जी का ऐसे PPT आएगा, we'll share that PPT also.
चलिए, हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट भी बहुत थैंक्स कह रहे हैं कोठारी साहब के लिए, तो बहुत बहुत थैंक्स कोठारी साहब, रियली वेरी। भाई हम जैसे तो क्या है ना, ऑब्सोल्यूट होते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी हमें बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग लगा, कुछ बेसिक बातें हम भी समझ सकते हैं, तो थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। और जैसा संदीप जी ने बताया है, पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिए हमारा नेक्स्ट सेमिनार नेक्स्ट ट्यूसडे एंड वेडनेसडे, तो सभी लोग ज्वाइन करें। और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कोठारी साहब, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू वेरी नाइस।